Part 1. Basic
Overlook and analysis.
So the song is pretty simple. It's based off this keyboard that's fluctuating back and forth between a D minor chord and an F major chord for a while. And here's the lead vocal part.
Remember.
So what I decided to do from there is stack a harmony vocal in on top of that with a little higher.
Remember when you were young. Remember when you were strong.
That's what I'm calling my verses. Here's the second verse. I'll let you listen to it.
Remember what you said.
And it kind of goes on from that similar sort of thing until we hit about 1:30 here, where it swaps to what I would call the bridge. This long section of keyboard. Here's the vocal.
On the worst day.
And now the harmonies.
Your life, and for only a moment, honey, only once.
And it goes like that until we hit 3 minutes and we get this choir and string part. Oh.
Sight.
Big chords. You gotta love your big chords. Always use bigger chords. Part 2. What I like. So, I really actually like how this piano turned out, especially like in the bridge sections of the song. I mean, yeah, it's a simple part, but I like the way it turned out. And I also kind of enjoy the way that these backing vocals, the way that I added some extra verb to them, and even though they're not the best take, which once again we'll talk about later, they still sound full and like the right sort of thing. And when you got the other one stacked on top of it, you hardly even notice.
On the worst day of your life.
Another thing that I really enjoyed is at 2:38, in this backing part, I actually hit a ridiculous note.
So pushing for oblivion. So far.
That scream took a minute. That one took some time, but I'm glad we got it all on tape. Part 3. Stuff that needs work. Music is subjective, my peoples, and there is definitely some stuff that needs some work. And with this particular song, I think that most of the stuff that needed work was mainly on the production front as a whole. I think the whole production of this song suffered, especially when I imported it onto YouTube and listened to it after I got it up on YouTube. I was like, oh my goodness, what the hell did I do to this? I absolutely butchered it. It sounded awful. It sounded like it was in the biggest echo chamber in the world, and it sounded like a huge fart. That and the video wasn't that great either. In general, I didn't really like it. The vocal takes, both vocal takes are At some points, this was the first time that I ever actually sang on recording and put it out for someone else to see. So I'm not really going to beat myself too hard here, but both vocal takes probably needed some serious help. And my biggest gripe with this whole song as a whole is it has no chorus. This song has no chorus to speak of. And I mean, I guess you can interpret each one of these tiny split sections as a chorus, but I think it's better just from like my own personal music analysis to just consider this just one long bridge, because yes, it repeats, and yes, I say the name of the song in that part, but it's not really a chorus. It's not something that I expect everyone to be singing along to at the party. Anyways, to put a nice little neat bow on top of all this, um, I think that for being one of the earlier songs in my music making career, I don't think it's the worst. I don't think it's the best. I think it has a lot of flaws, like not having a chorus. And the reason that not having a chorus, especially on a song like that, I think is so important is because there's not really anything else to really attract the attention of a listener there. It feels kind of empty for most parts, but I try to make up for the emptiness by using reverb, and that's not that's not how that's supposed to work. You can't cover up your non-existent talent with reverb. I think the important lesson to learn from this song is if you suck, leave the reverb off, leave the effects off, except for EQ, of course. You know, always put EQ on your stuff. Always try to use EQ or maybe even a little compression, depending on what you're doing. You know, use the right tool for the job, though. Don't try to simulate talent with reverb and delay and all that. So if you made it to the end of this video, congrats. I hope you guys are liking the song. I hope everybody really enjoys that. And if you enjoy any of the songs on the channel and want to hear some more analyses of them, then like, subscribe, and leave a suggestion for the next song down in the comments, and I'll get back at you next time. Peace.